Hi guys, so today I'm going to teach you how I made my little bean sprout that's on top of my Among Us helmet. This is what it looked like in the end. To make it, I just used some craft foam in the color I wanted, so I didn't have to do any painting. And I cut out the leaf shape, so essentially they're attached in the middle. Try to make it really symmetrical. But yeah, that's how the shape looked. Next up, I put some wire in it, and I kind of just measured where it would land on leaves, and then folded it in half with some excess for the actual stem. You'll see right there, I kind of like put it in like a T shape. And then I actually poked a hole in the bottom and put both of those in so that the wire was on top and then the stem was underneath. Next up, I struggled to open some contact cement, and this was my adhesive of choice. You basically just put it on both sides that you want glued together, let it dry, and then put them together and it sticks. I like it because it's a lot neater to work with than like glue, other glues like hot glue. But you can use hot glue easily for this project if you don't really want to go out and buy contact cement, since it is a little bit expensive and the fumes can be a bit much. So then I just marked out kind of a rough area of where the leaf would lay on the other piece of craft foam and put some contact cement in that area. After it was dry, I kind of just pressed down the wire and then pressed the two craft foam pieces together so that it basically sandwiched the wire underneath and made the leaf shape. Then trimming around the edges, making any modifications now, since it'll be a little hard to do that when it's not flat after the next steps. Decided to make them a little bit more pointy than I originally did, just because I felt like in the images, the reference images, they looked kind of pointy. So next up, I actually tried to do a paint pen to put like leaf details. Didn't like how it was turning out, so I actually ended up switching to a paintbrush. I recommend a paintbrush, definitely. I don't know why I thought this would look good, but it looked really rough and kind of blobby. And I ended up smudging it anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I just ended up basically using the paint that was on there and making a leaf pattern. And then just replicated it on the other side. And kind of just made sure everything was pretty even. Yeah, this is where I accidentally smudged it. Don't do what I did. That was a mistake. But in the end, it turned out pretty well. So it wasn't the end of the world. Then just do it on the back. Once it's all dry, I went ahead and actually cut out like a little, I don't know what to call it, a dart, I guess, in the stem or the like base of the leaf, and using some contact cement, I basically pushed them together, and it kind of gave it a more like realistic shape and made it less flat. While that contact cement is drying though, I did measure out about 1 inch on some of the craft foam, and then I think I did like 3 inches in length, and then put some contact cement on that. Got paint everywhere on accident, so you know that's fun. So to cover the metal part of the stem, I just put contact cement once again on the craft foam, let it dry, and then kind of just wrapped it around the metal. You can see where I'm struggling with the paint that got everywhere. You do have to put more contact cement because the contact cement won't stick to anything but itself. So this is where I think a hot glue gun might be actually a little bit easier to work with, because then you can just put it on one side and then roll it up instead of having to wait for it to dry. And yeah, so then here you go. Well, I just kind of cleaned it up with some scissors. As you can see, I definitely didn't notice it was off screen. Sorry about that. Okay, next up I just cut the wire to be about an inch longer, or inch and a half longer than the actual stem. And as you can see, there's a finished leaf. To attach it to my helmet, I actually heated up a pin and made a little hole at the top. I tried to make it really discreet, just so if I ever sell the helmet, it's not like a huge hole that nobody else can work with. But yeah, so I just did that. And then pushing the two metal parts in, I actually basically just pushed them apart back into a T shape, and they stayed in. And yeah, that's the finished product. It's fully posable. Hi guys.